Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Zastava M90. This is the newly imported rifle in 5.56, and we're going to be taking a look specifically at magazine fitment, as well as some of the difference between this rifle and its magwell versus the ZPAP85 pistol here, which is also a 5.56 AK from Zastava. So the main difference, it seems to me, is that this magwell can come out of the factory in Serbia exactly as it is and can be imported into the country like this, whereas the rifle has to come out and be imported as in a sporting configuration, which is annoying to say the least. But once it's in the country, they can open up the magwell and the rifle will then be able to take standard normal AK mags, the same, ostensibly the same as the M85. I will say right out of the box, it had no issue fitting any of the Zastava magazines I've got. I've got 2 generations of polymer mags and a surplus Serbian steel mag. All 3 of those fit just fine. There were a number of other mags that fit just fine, but there were several polymer mags, specifically WBP, AC Unity, and Circle 10, that fit in my M85 that did not want to fit inside the ZPAP90. And if you look at this picture that I took between the difference of the magwells, you can see that there's a little bit of material on the back of the magwell of the ZPAP90 that is sticking out where there's not on the ZPAP85. And so what I ended up doing, rather than trying to gouge that area out of the mags to try to make them fit, I decided to just take a Dremel and just ever so slightly round those off and knock them back. And after doing that, it's still on the tighter side, like the magwell tolerance. It's still a little bit on the tighter side, but there's not a mag that fits in my ZPAP85 that I can't also get to fit in my ZPAP90. I will say the Circle 10, specifically the 30 round Circle 10, is the one that is the tightest fit, and it was tight to begin with in my ZPAP85, but it's definitely very tight in the ZPAP90. So with all that being said, let's test these individual mags. Let's go down this list here. So all of these that I'm going to test at first fit and function just fine in the ZPAP85. We'll start with the Serbian steel surplus magazine. Fits just fine. Then we've got the Generation 2 polymer magazine from Zastava. Fits just fine. We've got the Generation 3, so these are the new ones with the steel reinforced feed lips, but this is the one it came with and it fits just fine. Next we've got the Uyghur Romanian magazine. This is a steel mag. It fits a little funny, but it fits good. A little tight, but not too bad. Yeah, kind of got to knock it in there, but it fits. WBP, this is one of the ones that was very tight, and it still is a little bit. It wants to catch on the back of the magazine feed lips, but once you get it at the right place, it does go in. It's a little tight to come out, but it's just where the back is still that ever so slight tightness. AC Unity fits in just good. Now those are good. Pro Mag AK-A23. This one fits. This one fit pretty good out of the box, about like it does now. A little tight, not too terrible. This is the 20 round Circle 10 magazine. There's a bit of a difference between the 20 and 30 rounders, but it's still pretty tight. I can force it, but it's still a little bit tight. And like I said, I can force it, and I'm sure it will eventually force fit. The 30 rounder is the tightest, and you can get it in there, and you kind of got to smack it, which is annoying, but then it's definitely the tightest, and yeah, you kind of got to struggle to get that back out, which sucks. And I think part of it is just this magwell being on the tighter side of the spectrum, but it is what it is. All right, this is a Tapco Galil mag. I don't even know if this thing works in these. I haven't tested it yet, but it does fit and lock very nicely, and if it works, that'd be great. This is an unmodified Galil mag, which works. It's got a little too much play to actually work reliably, but it does work as far as fitting. And last of the ones that will actually lock in, we have the AK-74 mag. I've tested this one in the M85, so it'll work for about 10 rounds, and that's about it. But it actually fits and locks in pretty good. And just like my M85, the Wasser 3 Pro Mag AK-A5 magazine does not fit. It does not fit. And similarly, the SGM Tactical Saiga 223 mag does not fit. So that's sort of quick and dirty magazine fitment test as far as all the ones that I've got on hand. I'm going to be doing definitely some more range time and some more videos with this gun. I want to reiterate that I don't think that Zastava's magwell conversion there's anything inherently wrong with it. Like I said, it worked just fine with all the Zastava mags. But all of the other magazines that work just fine with the ZPAP85 as it comes out of the Serbian factory did not necessarily work with the ZPAP90 as it came out of the box. And I was able to make it fit, mostly. Some of them still are a little tight, but I'm going to continue with this and continue seeing where it goes and continue testing different mags. But yeah, that's just a quick look at magazine compatibility as far as the ZPAP90 as compared to the ZPAP85. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.